Yo, what's going on with y'all, Slim? My name is Shah Infinite, and this is Past the Aux.
Yeah, let's
What is good, bro?
What's going on, man?
Bro, I've been tapped in with you for a minute, but there's so many like killers out here. It took a while.
Facts.
And when I finally saw your album, bro, like the now
or later.
now or later, yo.
Yep.
Dude, you have crazy songs on that, man. And
Man, I appreciate you.
That's from 2023. But recently you were on Walk With Me with Brother Smack, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, that song right there on that album is such a standout. How does it feel to be like the fourth member of Brother Smack, like the secret character?
Like the fifth.
It's like, yeah, because there's
I'm the fifth, yeah.
shout out
I'm the
Leota.
fifth for sure.
Leota's another secret member.
Well, there's four already.
And then there's Brian Gaza.
So there's
and
Blue, Eliza,
Tori,
Kenny,
yes.
Mash. That's four.
They're the known ones, but Blue is a hidden character. Yes,
Okay,
Blue's
okay.
the hidden character. Stretch is the hidden character.
Thank you.
Yeah, those fools. But Stretch is like, we know who Stretch is. We see Stretch.
I fucked up. There's Stretch, Mash, Kenny, Eliza, Brother Smack. I just threw Blue and Brother Smack.
Shah Infinite,
Exactly. I feel like that. I feel like the unlocked character here.
This is the character that you have to put the cheat code in to use.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
can break down the session for a walk with you though. So here's how it went. So I met Eliza through I think he was at like an MEC Crest show one day, and I used to do like a bunch of like production work for MEC Crest. He was at the show, and I think I had like seen him online a few other times. Like, you know, the world is small, but it's that the LA music scene like makes the world super smaller. So I just realized that L's like had connections with my boy Dave Thursday, who plays drums for me a lot. Not plays drums for me a lot, but you know, it's just involved in like my process as well. Shout out to Dave Thursday, man.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful music director. I solicited a studio session with Eliza, and we made this song called "Waiting and Calling," which isn't out. Eliza said he's still going to put a verse on it at some point. So L's like, just, you know what I'm saying? This is me trying to get you to put a verse on it.
Drop it.
And or just make it a Brother Smack track and have Kenny throw a verse on it.
There you go.
Mash throw a verse on it. Shit, I'll ghost write a verse for Stretch and put on it. Whatever, like, you know.
That's a good idea.
You know what I'm saying?
Stretch should try that.
Yeah. We still working on a few debuts. It's all good.
Peer, bro.
But yeah, I was making that song with Els, and then later that night. This is back when I thought that Els was just. I thought that he just had a collective called the Brown Boys, and then I ended up meeting.
That is its own thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ended up meeting Brother Smack later that night, and it was just on some like. They heard what I rapped on there, and it was just like they wanted to make a track later, and it was just like, yo, this cat Shah Infinite is kind of cool, like what do you guys think? And it was like, I kid you not, it was like silent for like 5-10 seconds, and then Kenny was just like, I mean, yeah, let's see what Blood got, like let's see what he got. and so like I feel like I went extra hard on that song, like especially like the vocal aspect, just so like they wouldn't get Gazo to sing it like again, like, and or like, you know what I mean, and it's just like, I don't know, just so it was more so like just on some like proving yourself, like, and then like, yeah,
you proved yourself.
I tried.
It worked really well.
I tried it. I'm thankful to be on the album. You know what I mean?
This is Shah Infinite, everybody. We're all over the place right now, but I just had to take the time to get this part of the footage.
Yeah.
This is the homie from DC.
Yeah, exactly.
My friend Dom got into an argument with his girlfriend, and they're saying like, who's from DC who's amazing?
Oh shit.
And they're like Wale, and Wale
Facts.
was getting backlash. I was like, why are they hating on him?
I mean, Wale is like the primary artist, but like there's a bunch of other artists on the come up.
You're one of them.
Thank you. Gold Link is another name you could throw in there.
There's Gold Link. Yeah.
Let me talk about all my friends who are IDK. But my friends who are coming up, BJ Banks, Uncle John, Del Fargo. I'll send you some links. I'll send you some links for sure.
Yes.
Yep.
How has it been to be like the type of artist who leaves their city and then gets popping in LA? Like,
I wouldn't say I'm popping, but I'm still trying.
I feel like it's right now the way music is if you're connected to the sound, you know, and anybody who's connected to your sound, they know it's been going cracking, bro.
Right.
The Him series, bro.
Yeah.
How can people even sleep on that?
Nah,
Bars on Wheels? What you did on Bars on Wheels?
I appreciate all the love. I got a scholarship to go to Pepperdine in 2012. Graduated 2016, and somewhere around like my my junior or senior year, I just had like a revelation. I was just like, okay, like I'm already this close to Hollywood. I probably should like just try to like get my artistry off before like heading back to what I felt was like a crabs in a bucket like mentality, which is DC. Unfortunately, like the infrastructure there is, you know, like we don't necessarily like support each other. And I found a lot of that like in my independent journey in LA and coming up, because I knew that like, you know, a lot of people are from like different cities and they get their support through the independent artist community here. So, but it definitely got realer like when you travel a little bit further out of LA, you tap in with the homies from Long Beach, and you know what I mean, you start having like real family members, real conversations.
Pasadena has like Hit Boy,
right,
there's like all these different artists, and Staples in Long Beach,
but I mean, like I would say that like the equivalent for where I'm from in DC is like the community that I found in Long Beach, where it's just like, you know, house parties in the backyard, everybody's jamming, you know what I mean. Shout out to Els. That's like the annual like Clive Davis shit for me.
Birthday party,
exactly.
That's right there in the SGV, man. Right there at his mama's place. And that's legendary time over and over again. Yeah, you've killed the mic multiple times there, bro. Like,
man. No, I
feel?
definitely bombed a couple times too, though. But it's all good. It's
like
love. It's
really
love.
like lit at some point.
So
I've heard a lot of crazy things from there. But it's like a 5-hour set.
Right.
And Energy Never Dies. You were singing
man.
on that, bro. You sang on that one. Good Looking Out.
Yeah.
You were singing on that one.
Yeah.
This crazy one, Penthouse Views, bro. You dropped like a dance banger, bro. Like, what can you say as a vocalist? Like, what type of vocalist do you listen to? What's your sound, dude?
I love like the 2-part tongues, like the people who rap and sing. I love Andre 3000, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill.
Y'all know I'm infatuated with Ray Khalil. Her first project, Girlfriend, is still like one of my favorite bangers to like just keep on loop. There's only like a few rappers who I can like rap their song like front to back. Lil Wayne is one of them, and then Ray Khalil is one of them too. But when it comes to just my approach to just music in general, I consider like everything I do to be like a texture. You know, sometimes I want to dap you up. Sometimes I might want to punch you. Sometimes, you know what I mean? If you're a female, I might want to stroke your hair or like whatever it is. Like, you know what I mean? So I think about that before I record. What's the message? What's the intention? On a track like Energy Never Dies, my little brother actually ran away from home. And usually when you run away from home in DC, it's like the family is just waiting for the call to start preparing funeral arrangements.
Oh, that's
you know?
crazy.
So I wrote that song with like affirmations that one day I would see him again, whether it be in this life or the next life. And the Energy Never Dies is actually an acronym for the end. It's also one of my favorite like Black Eyed Peas albums. You know, so I named it that, you know what I mean? Just to be like, but yeah, that's the reason why I sung that, like, you know, versus like rapping, because I didn't want to, you know, when you're going through something emotional like that, you just sort of want people to feel the emotions that you're feeling versus, you know. And I felt like no one really like rapped about losing a brother.
No. People have been less like, it's this vibe culture which
saying about losing a brother.
Yeah, to talk about your brother and what you're going through, like from a personal place. I made a song called Traveling Alone, and a lot of my friends who like I was in church, bro, left church. It's like a weird way to navigate life. You feel me?
Yeah.
But when you feel bad as an artist, sometimes your best stuff. That's why people break up with women.
No, for sure.
They make these heartbreak songs, bro. That's why, you know, like some artists transform off that. So yeah, man, you have a crazy pen yourself because it's very like dominant when it's on a track, bro. Like you're able to carry 14 tracks. Can you talk about that? Because there's a lot of people, like Kendrick did 10. He had 10 songs on his album.
Yeah,
right?
I talk
like,
too much.
Sure. But your skits and stuff like flow well. Your sequencing is king.
My process in sequencing now and later was just like trying to like make good songs at first, right? You make good songs, and then you start to playlist them in a way that feels good. And after listening to that playlist over and over, you start to sink in and you're like, okay, is there any way that I can make like a story out of this? Is there any way that I can like create a moment? Is there any way that I can make this more exciting for me even? And then that's how you know like you're in like post-production and like album mode. But it's like first like you make like an exciting hook, you make an exciting verse, you know what I'm saying? It just starts with just continuously like just trying to excite yourself, you know what I mean, in the creative process. I feel like if you challenge yourself in that way, it's always fun and it doesn't feel like work.
God, boy, who you think that you is? I'm really feeling like him. To damn that nigga tomorrow repeat it. To damn that nigga tomorrow repeat it. The reason I live is him. The source of my strength is him. My brother keeper is him. I feel like LeBron in your gym. Kobe Bryant for the win. Niggas know it's going in. I feel like North Carolina Jordan. The game on the line and I'm nothing a brick. Got faith in my shot, I won't miss. They swing me the rock and I swish. I'm so mellow with this shit. I've been all season with the pen. Let them talk about me. You a Charles Barkley.
Welcome to Pass the Aux. I'm Peter Rico. Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us on Pass the Aux, bro. So a few months ago, we went up to Ochoa's cabin.
Yeah.
All of us. Just it was like 3 days.
Yep.
Just crammed in there.
You got me to draw that lovely mountain and bird right there on your hoodie.
Is it there?
No, it's on the other side, I think. Yeah.
It's right there. Yep. It's like my yearbook hoodie. Yeah, I don't think that a lot of people know what an experience like that is like a writing camp or just like being around people. Like everyone's going to Airbnbs together, right?
For me, like it was just like my first time in, what was it, Lake Arrowhead?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like I've driven like through canyons before, like going to Pepperdine in the Malibu Canyon, but like going to Lake Arrowhead was just like an experience because you don't notice that you're on the incline until like you look to the right and you're like, oh shit, like
that's a long way down.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's a long way down, but it's also like a beautiful sight. Like I remember like I was just like, because being from DC, you kind of like have this like hate towards tourists.
Yeah. Do you have a hate towards like California too?
No. I love California. I'm saying that my thing is I don't want to fall into that tourist bag.
Yeah.
And I'm like slowing down traffic and shit. I'm like, am I about to pull over right now and like try to take a picture that I know I'm not going to look at ever again? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like I definitely like took a stop and like hit the vape one time and just like looked over like the scenery and shit, which made like, now that I'm thinking back on it, which made like the interaction when like coming up to the actual spot like just super awkward for me, because it was just like it was like a farm like sort of like scenery, and then like all the guys were outside, and it was just like, because I was so faded and I just looked over the scene, everybody would like kind of like had to help me park. I was like,
it was a little dirt road, I'll give you that. It was but yeah, like coming into it, you had already known a handful of us, but like hanging out with like emcee and Ochoa and being thrown into like not only like, oh, I'm like staying with this dude that I'm just meeting for a couple days, but I'm also like creating, which is super vulnerable too. Like, yeah, is that situation odd? Did you just jump right in? Were you like comfortable immediately?
If I had it my way, like I would have like a writing camp vibe like every day.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like music is supposed to be a collaborative space, because at the end of the day, like we all feel like the same things. The dope part about music for me is that we all understand when something is fire.
Yeah.
Like it's just like
we're all just trusting our taste, and like we like each other's taste, so therefore yeah, we all want to make stuff.
But you know,
like.
I feel like that's like an undescribable thing. Like nobody can really like tell me what that is. And I feel like as artists, like it's our job to like continuously like find that and just like add on to that. Not necessarily find it, but just like extend it. Like, you know, it's just like a ride that like you just want to keep going on again and again. And so like you have to find whatever ignition it is to like feel that feeling again.
Yeah.
But having a group of people who all understand that feeling is like way doper than just like being by yourself trying to get it off a YouTube beat or trying to like,
Yeah.
you know, like just trying to like make your own shit or like, you know, there is a time and a space for like isolation for sure, but I love writing camps. Like,
Yeah.
So just being with all the homies is, you know, is dope too. And when you think about time and like in the time that we have in like a finite space, why wouldn't you want to like just collaborate as much?
You could be like Forrest Gump with like the other side of the ping pong table up and just like playing ping pong with yourself, but like that's no fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun.
I want to rally with someone, you know, and then something cool's gonna go come out of it. So I don't know, but that was a good time.
No facts.
I think we have like a 15-minute like mini like doc of that whole
like
thing.
Yeah.
We should just put that out. We'll just
and it was kind of dope, like just being live in like all of the rooms too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was kind of like my first time like being in like a castanet like setting. Like,
we had like it was like a cabin, like super cabin core, like felt like just a Big Bear Arrowhead cabin. We had a studio in the kitchen. We had a studio in each bedroom downstairs. So we had 3 studios going at once. That like he's gonna go down there, he'll lay a little hook on this thing that Stretch is working on, run upstairs, see what's going on up there with the song that he just laid the vocals on, and then come back and Kenny's doing a verse, and then you're like, okay, like I'm gonna do a verse on this, and Choppy's on guitar in one room, and Emmanuel Pedrosa is in another. It was tight.
Yeah. And from that, like, you're charged. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, from that, like, once you finally, like, duck off and, like, start to do your own shit, you're just, like, so inspired by, like, the energy that other people have, you know what I mean, brought to the setting or brought to the scene, like, you know.
Well, we're going to go back soon, but you're more than welcome to come.
Man, my brothers. Shout out to the hosts. What's my boy's name? Who hosted the Lake Arrowhead camp?
Oh, Ochoa.
Yeah.
OTXOA.
Yep.
Alex Ochoa. He's tight. You should have him on.
I wanted to ask you a fan question, bro, just like to get. What is a writing practice you recommend people try, or where do you start when you find the perfect beat?
Ooh.
So yes,
I can answer both of those actually.
Yes, sir.
A writing practice that I think people should try. I think journaling has helped me a lot with saying exactly how I feel on records versus trying to figure out how I feel in rhyme, if that makes sense. So sometimes like I'll just jump straight into a verse and try to say all of these things that I'm feeling while rhyming. Sometimes it's just better. Okay, sometimes it's just better to just journal like your first thoughts for like 3 pages. And I got into this when I was reading The Artist's Way. Every morning I would wake up and do like a brain drain of like just all my thoughts, like whatever it is I'm thinking, like even if I was, you know what I mean, like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to hit this J, like, you know what I mean, I would just like write it down and just like keep going and just try to get to the end of the page for 3 pages. Look back at that as you're listening to whatever beats, you know, because you'll find that like it's a lot like, for me, it's a lot like journaling is a lot like smelling your own breath. In order to smell your own breath, you have to put your hand in front of your mouth and take like a whiff. You know what I'm saying? Journaling is the same thing. It's like looking at your own mind in front of your face. Yeah. And so you'll start to admire yourself more, I guess, or start to accept yourself more. Like, okay, I was going through this on this day. Like there'll be days where I'll be like upset about like, or I'll be thinking about like a previous relationship, and then the next morning I wake up and I journal about 3 different women. So it's just like, okay, cool. You're actually not in different women. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, okay, cool. You're actually not in a space where you can be committed to anyone right now. You know what I mean? You're actually not in a space where, you know what I mean? You may have been emotional about going through a memory from relapsing at this place, or et cetera, you know? So it just helps you to make the verses like way more potent.
Dude, I want to thank you, Shah, for coming through to Pass the Aux. Is there any place that we can listen to your stuff or anything like that?
The best place for me is Bandcamp. But yeah, you can listen to the Apple Music, Spotify, any of your favorite streaming platforms. But yeah.
Well, thank you for coming through to Pass the Aux, man.
No,
Clap it up.